Welcome back. I'm Chef Patrick. We're here with James and Nikki. So if you hear some people talking in the background, they're here hanging out. And of course, I'm joined by my co-host Lisa as well. So yeah, but welcome. We are gonna make some Mexican food today, some like legit delicious Mexican food for Cinco de Mayo, which is tomorrow, but we're here today. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this one. I'm super stoked about it. So it's not just tacos. It's
this is good stuff.
It's good. So
have you fully prepared for tomorrow?
yeah. So please hit us up if you make this one because it's gonna be killer. But anyway, I'm gonna get us started here. We're gonna make some Chorizo Verde to go with some cheese Gorditas, which are similar to kind of the Colombian arepa or pupusa, if you've had either of those. Very similar. We are also going to be doing some salsa macha and roasted turnips. So yeah, it's just going to be a pretty great meal. But we're going to get started here. I'm going to make the sausage first, so we'll start with that. Let's see, everything's in grams. I'm actually following a recipe today, so.
It's a miracle.
I know. I just want to make sure it tastes legit, so. Cool. So I hope you have a food scale. If you don't, I'll try and give you some volume measurements, but I'm going to do 200 grams of green tomato, and we are going to throw all this in the blender just to make a puree to mix into the ground pork. So, cool. This is going to be for 2 pounds. I'm doing a 2-pound recipe. If you only bought 1 pound of pork, please do like half, so 100 grams of tomato. But, cool. We're just chunking this up to fit in the blender, really.
I'm gonna do that beautiful cilantro over there.
Oh, this is from Sunflower Farm. I got it picked it up after I got off work. So we're gonna do about 90 grams of cilantro.
So that looks like, what, about a cup?
It's this much. It's probably about a whole bunch from the store. But
yeah, that looks pretty big for a store bundle anyway.
So we're going to use the whole thing. Just cut the stems a little short because if you don't, trying to blend these, it can get stringy. So just cut them down a little bit with your knife. Double check to make sure it's not super dirty too, but we thoroughly wash all this stuff, so.
Oh yeah, there's nothing worse than gritty cilantro.
Yeah.
You don't want to be crunching on that later. The blender will not take care of that.
No. I've never had gritty sausage, but it could be.
Let's not make today the first time. So what would you guess volume-wise? What is that, about a cup and a half? 2 cups?
That's probably 2 cups worth.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a decent amount.
2 fistfuls there.
Yeah. Cool.
So far you've got tomato and cilantro in
Yeah,
there?
green tomato or tomatillos. I guess if you're making this later in the year and you can find tomatillos, go ahead and use those. But
Yeah, they're not quite in season yet.
it's tough to find them anyway. But let's see. Garlic. If you don't have green garlic, it's about 3 cloves of regular garlic, but I'm going to do 10 grams of this green garlic here, which is not even a whole one. So
what? That's probably a couple cloves worth.
this is.
If you're doing regular garlic.
By the scale, it's like 5 cloves, but
5?
Doesn't seem like it would be. But,
Not really, no.
yeah, I don't know. I really thought it was
Like
gonna.
anytime I've done any kind of like blend like this for Mexican food, it's usually pretty heavy on the garlic.
Yeah. So we're just gonna throw this in. That was 1 stalk. I'm just gonna use the whole thing. Cool. Let's
So that's green
see.
garlic?
What's that?
That was green garlic?
Yeah, it's some
Yeah.
Nice.
some like just early pick spring garlic where it's like it's kind of still the individual clove they planted instead of developing into the whole bulb. So
Yeah.
it's a little milder.
Okay.
It's really tasty though, especially if you grill it.
Yeah.
Oh, and if you do want to grill your sausage tonight, people can.
Okay.
you
Grill it.
know.
Oh, instead of doing it on the pan?
Yeah, I mean, I'm using a grill pan, but like if you want to crank up your grill, if it's nice where you're at and you want to grill, go for it. But
Yeah. No, it's very like
And I'm
bright,
gonna
fresh
get-
here right now.
I'm actually going to get some water going so we can soak these dried chilies too.
What kind of dried chilies?
We have pasilla negro and guajillos. If you bought anchos, they're like a dried smoked poblano or something. I just told people to get some that they could tolerate spice-wise. So
I think guajillos are pretty mild though.
Yeah,
They're
they
not- They're usually not too intense.
no, they're not. But anyway, I've got a pot of water going for that, so we can soak those chilies. All right, let's do our spices really fast, and then cool. So I've got this on the scale. We're gonna do 4 grams of coriander. So that's probably a tablespoon.
Plus another tablespoon on the counter.
Yeah. Sorry about that. We're going to do 2 grams of cumin. Like half tablespoon probably. Let's see. The dried oregano is not in this. That's cool. We're going to do 1 gram of pepper. It's probably like a teaspoon.
Black pepper.
Yeah, black peppercorn. So,
Yeah, guys, and whenever you can, always make sure that you are grinding your spices fresh. Get a little coffee grinder or spice grinder, whatever it is. As spices are ground and like left to sit in the jar, they start to lose their potency a little bit. So this is a way to ensure that you're getting like super solid, amazing flavor from your stuff every time you're using it. It takes 2 seconds longer and it's totally worth it. Yeah, we've got the whole drawer of spices over there. There's a lot of things going on in that drawer. And you can do what he does and shake it up a little bit too, just to make sure that nothing's getting stuck on the bottom.
right in. And then we're going to do 90 milliliters of vinegar. There is vinegar in the sausage and in the salsa today. So
What kind of vinegar are you using?
I'm using white wine. If I find something that can measure in milliliters. I don't even know what that would be in cups. Here we go.
I was going to say most measuring cups have both.
So it's like a 1/3 cup of vinegar if you're doing cups. And if you love this and make it again, like a jalapeno in this would also be good, but I could not get any locally, so
not quite in pepper season yet. We got a ways to go. What
Yeah.
do we got till like August?
July.
If
We'll
you're
get
lucky.
some. Yeah.
I know that's the hardest thing about making like Middle Eastern and Mexican food, because I feel like all of the produce for like a lot of the traditional recipes all come out in like the summer.
Yeah. So cool. We are going to blend this really quick. Uh-oh.
So you pretty much like turn that into a straight up puree, right?
Yeah, I mean, I just want it to be super smooth, really. Cool. Yeah, we need to use the blender twice today, so this meal, it's really easy, but there's just a lot of processing to do to make all the sauces and whatnot. But, cool. We will...
Oh, it smells really good. Even got Rufus interested. Oh, I just realized I never gave him his mat today. He's probably pissed at me.
Cool. So we have ground pork. You could definitely make this with ground beef, like beef chorizo would be pretty good as well. So I'm gonna weigh out the 2 pounds. Actually, I have gloves, so I'm gonna wear gloves, but to mix this up.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you got the mega pack of pork.
Yeah.
Family pack.
Yeah. There might be some more sausage in our future over the next week. Maybe some pork burgers. I don't know.
Yeah.
And that's just ground pork. Not,
Yeah, I just got straight up ground pork from the ranch over here. Which these guys are at Lafayette Farmers Market. Starting today, they were there. So.
Yeah, today was the first day. I didn't get a chance to go, but from what I heard, it was a very busy day out there for them. So I'm glad they had a good kickoff.
I'm sure. Yeah, it's
Certainly had beautiful weather for it. So
in a part of town where they don't have where
yeah,
they need it.
they don't really have a lot of access to local food there. So it's pretty awesome that it's there.
Cool. 2 pounds.
So green.
We'll get as much as we can out of here. Just to get all that flavor.
What are you sipping on in the corner there, Chef?
We got some margs going.
A little early Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, you know, got to. Making good food. No, the sausage specifically, it's there's a town outside Mexico City called Toluca. I guess that's kind of the area where this sausage originally comes from. But
It's crazy that there's like that much liquid to that meat ratio.
you want it to be super flavorful.
Can you go a little more centerboard on that?
Oh, I can try.
Thank you. That's perfect. So you're just trying to break up any like big hunks? and
Yeah, I'm
make
just
sure
trying to
it's-
mix it really well. And then we need to add some salt, 12 grams.
I Probably be about a tablespoon.
And yeah, if we had, you know, if we could add the jalapeno or poblano, it'd make it even greener than it is, but
It's pretty green.
it should be. And if you wanted it spicy, you could add a little cayenne or something like that. Wouldn't take away from
Cool.
the color, but
Yeah, but there's something about the green chili flavor versus the red chili.
yeah.
You want to keep it all cohesive.
Oh, I mean, the green would be awesome, but cool.
How much salt would you guess that was?
Probably a tablespoon.
5 pinches.
Yeah.
Large pinches.
12 grams. That's what I
Wow.
did.
As we learned at the restaurant, you've got to make sure that you have a measurement weight in mind. Because if you have the line cook cooking fries that has the massive hands versus the normal size hands, we're not getting the same portions on things.
No, definitely not. Cool.
Like 5 potatoes on a
Sausage.
plate.
Cool. Sausage is mixed and ready to go. So we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna grill pan these, but if you crank up your grill, this will be even better on a grill. So
I don't think I've ever seen green chorizo before, so I'm excited to try to see what that's all about.
oh, it's so good. All right. Let's see. We'll get this wrapped in a minute. Cool. So now we will start on the salsa macha. And as soon as our water's boiling, I'll cut it off and we'll get our dried chilies in there to soak.
Close the cabinet.
What's that?
You close the cabinet.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, we're good. All right. Let's see. Salsa time. Another recipe. Cool. So we're going to do a 1/4 cup. Well, let's see. What do we need to do first? Yeah. So we'll do the salsa. We still have to wait on the chilies, but we can get everything else in the blender. So we're going to do 2 tablespoons of vinegar.
My daughter's watching this one.
Oh, awesome.
And then, so we're going to put everything but the oil in, and then we'll rip it and emulsify it into the salsa. So garlic, we're going to use another one of these. Probably just the bottom part though. See, if you're using regular garlic, it's going to be about 2 cloves. And for the spring garlic, we're using kind of just the base. I chopped the tops off. Cool. It's what, like a tablespoon probably or so.
Maybe 2.
Yeah. And then 1.5 teaspoons of this. Not a lot, so I don't know, that's probably too much, but it'll be fine. So that was dried oregano. Cool. So yeah, I'm just waiting on chilies to finish. We'll do a 1/4 cup of these pumpkin seeds in here. This is where you'd put your sunflower seeds if you got those. Either way. Cool. right along. Cool. Yeah. Chilies. So, depending on what you got, I know these are mild, so I'm going to do bare hands, like just cleaning these, but be very careful. These
Make sure you wash
seeds,
your hands really well afterwards. Don't
these
touch your
seeds,
face.
yeah, even dried, these seeds can they can kill you. So
It will light you up.
found out the hard way once. So.
Yeah.
Then you try to put gloves on after, and your hands
Like-
burn even more.
Yeah.
So where would you get those? Because I know that I've tried to buy them at the store and they're like, packaged.
Yeah, so I know typically I'll go to the closest the Mexican grocery stores,
Oh,
like
okay.
the tiendas or whatever.
Yeah.
But King Supers carries a brand that's actually produced in southern Colorado, which in a pinch I would use those for the restaurant. So, but they're really good too. So yeah, I mean I would.
I love the one on Main, right around 9th or
Yeah, the one next to the
Yeah.
BMW
Yeah.
shop.
On the
Yeah.
north, right there, yeah.
yeah.
That's really good.
Well, they back
And their chilies are always
super fresh.
Yeah,
for
it's
being
like a
dry,
fresh
they're,
dried
fresh,
chili.
Yeah.
they're still really pliable and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
These were at one point, but they sat open for 6 months, and then
Yeah.
because we have 5-pound bags from the restaurant
Mhm.
in our closet here, so it's
So right now you're just boiling those.
you don't even boil them. I turned off the heat now.
Okay.
We just want them to soak about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
They'll be nice and plumped, and then we'll throw them right in the blender. We'll see. We may or may not need a little bit of the water that they're soaking in. So just gonna see what we get. The pumpkin seeds or the sunflower seeds are gonna thicken it up.
Yeah.
So, and then once you start adding the oil, once it emulsifies, it's gonna thicken up some
Do you
more.
prefer pumpkin seeds on this recipe?
I've made it with both.
Okay.
It's
Just
not really
happen to have.
yeah.
Yeah.
She likes to snack on pumpkin seeds, so we have them. But sweet. I'm gonna mix the masa then.
Yes, this is the best part.
Nice. Cool. So we're just gonna. I don't mind. I'm just gonna use hot tap water. It's gonna be. We are using this Hacienda brand. This guy. Lisa, you probably know a little bit more about this guy than I do. So if you want to talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, if you want
but-
to show it to the front camera for me.
Oh, sure. This guy. Super cool. He's growing and grinding his heirloom corn, so.
Yeah, so he kind of went on a mission to learn a little bit more about the heritage of corn and was realizing that the mass-produced corn that we have in our country was not the traditional stuff that they had in Mexico, and much like our flour and other things, people feel different when they eat the right kind and not the wrong kind and the highly processed and sprayed with pesticide kind. So he went on a mission to learn all about the traditional processes, the traditional corn varieties that they use in Mexican cuisine. Just kind of went on this quest to make the perfect tortillas, plus have a better experience overall with the corn, and kind of honor some of these heritage varieties. So he started doing. They've got packaged tortillas at Whole Foods, and then they've also got the flour too. He's got a cookbook out as well that's all about how to use masa and different things and how to make your own tortillas at home. So if you do have some of this left over, you can definitely pat out your own tortillas and do your own tacos from scratch too.
Yeah, and I guess
The flavor on this
Yeah.
compared to
it's really
Um,
good. I mean,
what is it? Maseca, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, I mean,
Is the most common one that you find.
yeah.
This is on a whole different level. The flavor is just so clean. It's completely different in a good way.
You know, traditionally they'd put it like a tablespoon of lard. I have duck fat, so that's what we're getting.
Just happens to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah.
We're not a normal household.
Then I'm gonna also add a pinch of salt to this. So the difference between this and a cornmeal, so this corn went through a nixtamalization process to be masa. So you basically take your dried corn kernels that would be made for cornmeal, but you take the kernels and then they're basically soaked and boiled in a lye solution to make it alkaline, and then that is ground up, and then you can get it fresh, but this stuff is then ground after boiled and then dried out again. So it's like the whole process, but it makes it, that's what makes it this versus like a corn flour, which is why if you try to do it with like a cornmeal, it does not come out right.
No. Well, and do you know I feel like I kind of know the answer, but I don't know if I actually know the answer for why they go through the process of treating it with lime to nixtamalize it. Was it to make it more digestible?
I don't know.
I'm not sure either.
I just know it makes it's just a textural difference because the corn's already been boiled and cooked
Yeah.
and then dried again. So it's just different than trying to eat like a cornmeal version of this would
Yeah.
be.
It tastes different. I almost feel like it's a finer grind too than cornmeal. Well, I guess it depends on the cornmeal you buy, but. Then the goal here with the masa is just like making sure that it's like pliable, kind of like Play-Doh.
Yeah.
You want it to have that Play-Doh sort of texture. But usually 1 to 1 will do like
Yep.
1 part water to 1 part
Yeah.
flour.
I did a cup and a half of masa here, so. Right on. Well, I'm gonna crumble some cheese, and this one we might have a quick stream today.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Well, that was the other thing that I always loved about like cooking all this stuff from our like Mexican cookbooks and our Latin cookbooks is just like it's a lot of ingredients sometimes, but like it's just so bright and fresh, and most of it's super fast and easy, and just I don't know. It's not like the stuff you get in the restaurants.
And what kind of cheese?
No what?
What kind of cheese?
Oh, it's just a queso fresco. Yeah, I mean, this queso fresco, it's basically a farmer's cheese. It's just a fresh, it's like a packed ricotta or something like that. So if you wanted to, you could just make some, but I'm just gonna,
I've definitely done it before. It's really easy.
yeah. That should be plenty for everything. I crumbled up about half. We're gonna stuff it in the gorditas, and then we'll also just crumble a little over top when we're done. But
Never have too much cheese.
yeah,
I agree. My downfall, cheese.
I love cheese.
sweet.
And what's your favorite cheese?
Depends on the day.
She said-
I was gonna say that's not a fair
And I
question
like
at all.
drinking.
Yeah.
Man.
I was gonna say I don't think I've met any that I didn't like.
Yeah, but I think your favorites are always like the soft ripened.
I do like soft ripened. I'm definitely a
You
sucker
know.
for that.
We killed a wheel of Latour the other day. And
Yeah.
Just you two?
It was
Yeah.
just worth. It was worth the pain I had.
Yeah.
but it was so good.
He likes to pretend like he can eat dairy, but it's usually not his friend.
No. Yeah, that's a soft ripened goat cheese, and it was so good.
What do we eat it with? Oh, that loaf of.
Oh, loaf of bread, yeah.
No, it was the loaf of raisin bread from Moxie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that we got at the farmer's market. It was so good.
Yeah.
So what are you looking for?
I was just seeing if they were soft. I feel like we're good, so I'm just gonna pick them out with tongs and throw them right in the blender.
Do you usually save some of the water?
Yeah, so I'm gonna see, I'm gonna see when we're blending and how much we need.
So right now, what's in your blender again?
It's gonna be the oregano, pumpkin seeds, vinegar, and now chilies. And then we're gonna drizzle in a 1/4 cup of just a neutral oil. We have avocado. You could use olive oil if you wanted to, but
And then you save the water in case you need to thin it out a little bit.
yeah, in case we. Oh, and there's green garlic in there
Oh,
as well.
okay.
So. Cool.
You said it's a 1/4 cup of oil?
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and scoop in a little of this chili water. So. Cool. Lots of noise today, but
Yeah. Was that a little bit of salt you threw in there at the last minute?
yeah. Cool. So yeah, that's done. This is gonna we're basically tossing the turnips in this after we cook them. So this is ready. It's got
How are
some,
you cooking the turnips?
I guess I'm just gonna saute them really fast,
Okay.
but cool. All right, well, I'm going to get the griddle going. We'll clean the veggies really quick. And we'll just start cooking basically everything up. I don't really know. I've never made these, but
I wouldn't do the masa yet. I would also keep that covered if I were you.
well, it's gonna form them really fast.
Yeah, but you need to keep them covered. And
And
for anybody
then-
that's cooking these at home, make sure you don't leave your masa out uncovered because it will dry out really fast.
Cool. Don't do what I did.
Don't do what he did. Are you supposed to make them that thin?
What?
Are they supposed to be that thin?
Well, it's gonna like put stuff in it and then kind of fold it up. You know? I don't know. We're just doing it. So we put the cheese in the middle. I think we're just gonna kind of fold it back over itself and then patty it out again. We'll have this like stuffed,
So you're making like pupusas then.
pretty much. So there we go. It's filled with cheese now. So we'll go ahead and make a few of these and they'll be ready to go.
I think you blew your brother's mind for a second there.
What do you mean?
Understanding how this is done.
Oh,
Seems like he had an aha moment.
it's kind of like doing pasta, I guess. Or those empanadas or something.
Yeah, working with masa really is kind of like working with Play-Doh.
Yeah.
That's fun. So would it be the same measurements if you were to make like a tortilla?
Mm-hmm.
Or would it be okay?
Yep, you would just kind of round them out into like golf ball sized pieces,
Okay.
and then you just use like a press.
The press.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's so good. It's so easy. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I'm lazy and I don't want to do it, but usually if we have tacos or something, I'll make.
Such,
make
I'm
my
sure
own.
makes a difference. Yeah.
Like I said, it's only like a couple ingredients, salt and masa and water, that's it. So it just takes a little time to like
Mm-hmm.
get them all on the griddle and flip them to cook them before you can use them. So
Here we go.
and for some reason, Facebook and Instagram decided they didn't want to stream us today. So
Okay,
we're just doing YouTube.
that's okay.
Yeah. Always something. I don't think Instagram streamed for a month and a half now since we had that update that like screwed up everything from Apple. So, and now Facebook joined in. So, great.
Oh well. Get down, Rufus.
He's got an assistant.
You're sous chef.
Yeah. He's only here for the snacks.
He's cleanup crew.
Yeah. Anything that hits the floor, it's officially his territory. Well, I guess it's more interesting than his treat treat mat
He probably finished it. But
and his chewy.
anyway. Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and make the last one. Might as well.
You said that was 2 cups of masa that you did?
Cup and a half.
Oh, cup and a half.
Made 5.
Okay.
Cool. That's not too painful.
No, not at all. Might suck if you had a really big crowd to feed, but
Well, I'll tell you what, if you have this whole bag of masa that you just bought, these for breakfast with some fried eggs is like top notch.
Yeah.
So
I did that the other day.
cool.
It's like a Mexican eggs Benedict.
Yeah. So good. Cool. Well, I can make sausage patties and
So to make those little tortillas and you try to stamp them out,
Yeah, you smash them a lot flatter.
griddle them.
they'll do them. It's crazy. I've watched them. They'll do the tortillas by hand.
Mm-hmm.
She
Oh, just
mashes
shake
them by hand and throws them on a griddle, and you
Yeah.
just like. We were watching this.
I'm not on that level of
Yeah, with somebody's grandma. When we were in Mexico. You just watching her crush them out.
Oh, they were the best though. When we were on our honeymoon. It was
Yeah.
so nice.
Dude, so good.
Wake up in the morning and she's sitting in there in the dining room just mashing out tortillas and
Dude.
yeah. Did not suck.
All right. Get rid of this.
That was almost 10 years ago now.
Yeah. And for the sausage, I mean, we're going to do basically the same thing. Because I'm just going to griddle.
Can you do those over on the board?
Yeah.
I know. People are here to see you do it, dude.
I know. So,
So you're making patties that are about the same size as the.
yeah, I mean, they can be whatever size. We're just going to do this.
I didn't even think you were doing patties. I thought you were just gonna crumble it and saute it.
No, I want a little chorizo patty on there. And if you're saving this sausage, like if you don't use everything you mix today, I would eat it within a few days, just with the vinegar in it and I don't know. I think it can get weird with the meat, but I'm not 100% sure, you know. But
What would it do?
like
think
cook
like
it or something.
The acid
I
would
don't
break
know.
down the proteins.
Yeah.
Sounds like you have a dog sniffing around at your feet.
Yeah.
It's
I
like
do.
Dad's got meat. Need to come check this out. It's about to start smelling so good in here. So you have both pans heated up now?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and heat them both up. I'm gonna make room and process turnips really fast, but sweet. No questions on today?
Nope.
All right. Cool.
No, we kind of got a light crowd today, which surprises me. I figured everybody would be super jazzed about doing some Mexican food, but maybe between the Derby yesterday and Cinco de Mayo tomorrow, they're all wiped out today. I don't know.
It's all good.
Saving it up for later.
Yeah. Why not?
So what do you got here?
Hakurei turnips from Rough and Ready Farm. And yeah,
How did you choose hakureis for this?
I don't know. Just seemed like a good move. And it's either this or more radishes, so I figured
We've had enough radishes for the last couple
People
weeks.
can have a little break from the radishes.
Those are the best turnips.
The hot
These
fries?
are,
I
yeah.
love those.
They're so good.
We started putting them, we had somebody from CSA, we were putting them in everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're delicious.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Nice, juicy, tender. I'm keeping a little bit of the stems on just because they're super tender. And we
You want
will.
to be fancy.
We'll need to wash the greens, I guess. So they look like there's a little dirt on them.
So you're just quartering these?
Yeah, they're large enough, so I'm quartering them. If yours are smaller, split them in half. If they're way bigger, split them into sixes or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I saw some really big ones out there the other day too. They're almost like the size of a tennis ball.
Yeah. I think these are mine from like the previous weekend.
They
So
held up
they're-
really well.
They're a little smaller, but
Well, it's nice. The markets are finally starting to like get some more produce in. We've seen rhubarb and asparagus, and now we're starting to get the first little bits of turnips. Starting to see more varieties of radishes, and what's next? Peas. Is that our
peas
next,
are
next
working.
big celebratory thing?
Yeah. Asparagus is out.
Well, then maybe by mid-June we'll start having cherries. Hopefully.
Yeah.
I've been doing a lot of work with all the rhubarb so far. We've been doing, let's see, what did we do this week? A galette, and then we made a rhubarb crumb cake, and then I made some rhubarb jam. Today we did rhubarb and carrot jam. I bet you drink all your water already. I gave you water.
So how do you use the greens?
I'm gonna wash them really good, and then we're gonna just chop them into like 1-inch pieces, and I'm gonna toss them in with the turnips after I sear them, just to use them up.
Yeah.
Last week, I think I made a pesto with the tops,
Oh yeah, that was so
which
good.
which was really good.
Well, that was with the radishes, right?
Yeah, but it would work great with these two.
Well, yeah, our turnip green's like a big thing in the South.
Yeah.
They're kind of spicy though, aren't they?
It depends on the variety.
Oh, okay.
And rough and ready, they near Myers?
They're
Rough
up
and
at
Ready
Toohey's old property.
Park? Okay.
So they were right off 66 there, where I guess before them it was Rocky Mountain Fresh was over there
Okay.
too. But these guys all move around a lot, so
So mainly because they lease the land?
I don't know. It's tough though, because like if I was farming, I'd want the same land every year so I could build the soil up and.
Well, yeah, you spend all that time and energy like on a property, and then you have to move. It seems like it's really frustrating. And I mean, farming's already hard as it is, you know, and to have to wipe out all your progress, start over again. It's got to be tough. Oh, are we heating up pan number 3?
All the pans.
We got 4 or 3 pans going now.
3. Yeah.
Should I open the front door?
Is it bad?
Huh?
Is it smoky?
Not yet, but I'm afraid you're gonna set the smoke alarms off.
I think we're okay.
Okay.
I think.
Famous last words.
I know.
Especially with as fussy as these alarms are.
Yeah, I know.
Love everything about living in this house but that. So you got a bigger one, so you're doing that in 6?
Yeah, I'm just gonna trying to make them as the same size as I can, but
Shikini said she's never cooked hakurei before.
oh, cool.
Well, now you got a new skill.
Yeah, it's similar to radish. I mean, you just cook them up and try not to overcook them so they're not terrible, but
I think that's like the key to cooking anything that's kind of like cruciferous, sort of, right? Like,
yeah.
that's real sulfury. You don't want to overcook it because it gets really bitter and ugh, it can be brutal.
Cool. And we're just cooking these. I want them to be golden brown. And then we'll flip them. We're on medium-high heat. Sausage pan I turned down. Turning it back up to medium-high. And yeah. Cool. One more pan getting hot. We'll put the salsa on the turnips and we're there. So I don't know.
So you're gonna start cooking the turnips then?
Yeah, cooking everything.
Okay.
It smells delicious.
Yeah, it does smell really good in here. I love the smell of that masa.
Yeah.
Excited to eat all of this.
Should be really good. I mean, I was excited for this meal, lining up with Cinco de Mayo pretty well. So
Shinkini said the radish hot pesto was amazing.
heck yeah.
Yeah, that's the one thing I like. I would love to do, but I feel like it would be lost on people, is open like a legit Mexican restaurant. But everybody's gonna just want their queso dip and quesadillas and shit. Even if it's really good, they'll just be mad. I feel like it's a tough sell for people that don't understand it. You wouldn't see something like this on a Mexican restaurant's menu in our area, so. So now you're just chopping up some greens.
Yeah, the turnip tops.
Yeah.
Um,
Let me try and work centerboard for me.
they're all cut up. Inch and a half, I don't know, 2 inches.
So you just want that little bit of golden color on those?
Yeah, we're just trying to griddle them so they get a nice crispy texture on the outside.
Yeah, don't be shy with the masa and your oil. It loves to soak up everything, like really fast. And I mean, granted, our pans are really non-stick, but you know, that little extra oil in them definitely helps them taste even
Yeah.
better.
I had like probably a tablespoon or so in there.
And your green hamburgers.
Yeah.
Not yet. Everybody keeps telling me about that place. I have not been there yet.
Where?
I need to go.
Almost on the scene.
In Boulder.
There's one in Denver and then the new one in Boulder.
Okay.
They're both really good.
I've heard. I'm excited for that. Yeah, just not Americanized. I want the traditional stuff, but yeah, we went to Scottsdale a couple years ago and found this one place, weirdly enough, in like a resort hotel. It was like some of the best Mexican food I think I've ever eaten. Just like a lot of really traditional recipes. It was not your standard American fare, and it was so good. You just washing some greens over here?
Yeah, just trying to get a little bit of dirt off of them. Cool.
It looks so pretty over there.
What's that?
It looks so pretty over there. All your little turnips and
Dude, we're working it. Yeah, I'm just searing these turnips a little bit. You see a little golden brown on the side. We're just cooking them till they're a little more tender. And then we'll throw the greens in. Just wilt those down. And then we'll toss the salsa on everything.
it's gonna be so good.
Yeah. Let's see. That was some masa plate.
Shinkini agreed about the Mexican food. She said not the platters of sludge boringness.
Yeah.
I'm right there with her on that one.
Cool.
Is everything on like medium heat, medium high heat?
Medium high.
Medium high. I mean, I figured knowing you, but just in case people at home aren't quite as aggressive with their cooking as you are.
The turnips on the back I'm searing on high heat, but
You're doing that to get the color on them.
yeah. The chorizo patties we're taking to like 145 if you're temping them out.
So I know Chef always recommends.
Well, yeah.
I'm actually surprised you haven't melted my phone yet.
What's that?
So I'm surprised you haven't melted my phone up there yet.
Is it still running?
Yeah, it's still going.
Okay, cool. It's pretty hot over here.
What's that? Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I love that. This is the first time we've ever managed to like live somewhere with a gas stove too. It's awesome. I really love using gas. Might be an unpopular opinion, but it's so much better for cooking. Oh, it smells so good.
All right.
I think I could eat things with masa almost like every day. They're gonna be really good.
Nice. Cool. Those are ready.
I feel like this is a really fun way to get to use like seasonal veggies, but like still kind of incorporate that into a somewhat non-traditional cuisine.
Well, they eat lots of radishes.
And Mexican cuisine.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Me too. I love pickled anything. I am totally down on that. Probably need to do some pickled rhubarb at some point. I actually really like doing poached rhubarb too. So you like slice it and then you pour like warm simple syrup over it and let it sit in that briefly, and then you can like sprinkle it over salads or just to like sweeten that sour. Or you can do it on top of desserts, or it still kind of retains a little bit of that crunch to it. It still has some texture. It's not total mush like it usually is in pies and stuff.
Uh-oh. Always taste the greens when you're sauteing. Just make sure it's seasoned, okay? Cool. Everything's done. We'll add the salsa to the turnips to kind of season them up. And we are good.
Well, you just hit an hour.
Oh, nice.
It's not bad for a Sunday meal though. I mean, if you did a big enough batch of all of this, you could easily reheat it.
There we go.
So I know like in this application that we like used your salsa macha for like tossing the turnips in it.
Yeah.
Could I just like grab a bag of tortilla chips and
Oh,
crush a
yeah.
whole bowl of it?
Sure. Why not? Go for it. It'd be so good.
I don't know.
What's that?
He was asking what makes it matcha.
What do they call it? I don't know what matcha means in Spanish.
I don't either.
But I guess I should. But.
I wish I had an answer.
All right, so let's get one of these plated up. I don't know how we're gonna do it, but kind of just shingling everything over, I guess. Kind of like that. I don't know. Put a little extra cheese on top. Put a little. You could put a little extra salsa on there if you want it on the plate itself. But
You didn't use it all.
what's that?
Said if you didn't use it all.
Yeah, that's all good. So there's your delicious, legit Mexican food. So
You give me one more little spin. I feel like I need to get you one of those little spinny things.
Oh, a little lazy Susan.
Yeah.
Spins around
Presentation.
at the end. Just put it up there. Sweet. Well, yeah. Well, guys, thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed. If you got any value out of this, please, as always, like and subscribe to the channel. Really just helps us get this out there to like help as many people as possible. So, yeah. But until next time, thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you next Sunday.
Yep.